Hello. Welcome to this new video. This is going to be Mimikatz 102. It's the continuation to a Mimikatz video that I created a couple of months ago and I didn't upload it. So what we're going to cover here is we're going to cover the basic foundation of Mimikatz, and I prepared this reference sheet that you can use. You can download this from the description of the video. There's going to be a link for you to download it, and basically, it's going to tell you what Mimikatz is in simple terms, and it's going to show all the different modules that we have as of now. I believe we have 17 modules that you can use. So when you run Mimikatz, Mimikatz is the executable, the application, but once you run it, you have to call specific modules that you want to work with. And that's where you're going to be doing. The default module that you're going to go right into is the standard. And that's just basic information about the utility. You're not going to be able to make any changes or make anything drastic with it. Now, depending on what you're looking for, you're going to be working with specific modules. For instance, if you want to access privilege mode, you're going to be doing privilege, and then you're going to do debug to access those resources in Windows that required elevated privileges. If you want to be working with credentials and obtain credentials and doing credential attacks, you're going to be using either secure LSA, Kerberos, or LSA dump, and it's going to have the description of what that's going to be doing for you. And then you have some less known modules. You have crypto that is going to be talking about Windows Crypto API. You have Vault, token, process, services, net, seed, TS, event, so on and so forth. So depending on what you're looking for, you're going to have to get information and get the subcommands for that specific module. So let me come right here. When you run Mimikatz, the first thing that you're gonna do, you're gonna load. Oh, let me show you something right here. Once you load Mimikatz, there's nothing in here. There's no help, right? There's no. You're not gonna be able to get any help. There's no master menu. Obviously, the master menu is the official documentation that you can go and download by yourself, or you can use that reference sheet that I created and that I'm going to share for you. So as you can see right here, I just typed anything on the default module, which is standard, and it's going to tell me that there's no command for standard, and it's going to give me the options right here for standards. You have exit, CLS, answer, coffee, sleep, log, so on and so forth. And this is just the basic information. The command that I use the most out of this module is clear, CLS, to clear the screen, but you have a base 64 logs, and you can even have a coffee if that's your theme. There it goes to cup of coffee. So to get into it, to make it useful, you have to load the privilege mode, right? And that's where you're gonna do. You're gonna type privilege. And then it's not only privilege. If you do just privilege, the system thinks that you are trying to call a command from the standard module, and that's not the case. If you want to see the commands within the privilege modules, then you have to do colon, and that's going to show you the privilege options. As you could see, you have debug, driver security, TCP, backup, so on and so forth. The one that you're going to be using the most, and this is the ones that you're going to see in action when you check the other videos of on the different type of attacks that we have done with Mimikatz, you have to get into the debug mode, right? So I'm going to come right here and I'm going to type debug. And what we're doing, we're elevating the privileges of Mimikatz to access special services and resources on this computer, and the memory on this computer to be able to obtain that information, the passwords and hashes loaded in memory. So let me get my reference sheet right here. The same thing. You're gonna have a secure LSA. So if I come here and I type secure LSA, and one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that you don't have to do anything special to call commands from different modules. Just type the command. You do the module. Let me just make sure that you understand the concept. You do the module, column, and then you type the specific command that you are calling, right? So if I do this and I hit enter, if you don't know the commands, just do the secure LSA, hit enter, and that's going to show you information about it. Make sure you read the description because that's going to tell you what the command is for, especially if you're new to it. So you can do, for instance, Kerberos. And as you could see right here, it's going to list Kerberos credentials, but in this case, it should not list anything because I am using a Windows home computer. Just give it a second. And as you can see, it's going to show you that information relevant to that specific uh, module or command that you just typed. If I do CLS, let me come here. Or you could do the, what else do we have here? List SSP credentials. We can do that as well. Or you could list the ticket. So the thing is that you get the concept, right? You do the module and then you do the subcommands, and that's going to show you the information specific to that. So if I bring this right here, if you want to learn about the SAMs and LSA databases, or if you have compromised a system, or if you want to dump the hashes of a system that you're working with, then you're going to be using the LSA dump, right? So let me do it right here. You hit enter, and I must have mistyped that. Or in this case, if you want to see the credentials managers, as you can see right here, you have Credman, list credential managers, Credman, and you're going to see that in here. So you get the concept. The same process is going to be true for all the modules, and you have 17 of them to try. The only thing that I want to mention is that any sub command or subcategory that didn't fit within these previous modules is going to be saved into this miscellaneum module. So miscellaneum is just like things that the developers didn't see as fitting any of the other modules or categories, and they just created a miscellaneum module for that. So if you do miss column, you're going to see it in here, and you're going to be able to run specific tasks. If I do CMD, you're going to be running a command line with elevated privileges, as you can see right here. If you want to do the regedit, you're going to be able to edit the registry without getting away from the terminal in this case. Obviously, that's going to open the application, but you're going to remain within the same context of the of Mimikatz, as you can see right here. So this is basic information. If you want to know more about how to use and put these different modules into practice, then you have to watch the other videos. In the other videos, we do different type of attacks. This is synchronization past the hash. We also do different type of active directory escalations and compromise, and we do a lot of things, and that's how this is going to make sense to you. So I hope this information was useful to you, and now you have a much better understanding of what Mimikatz is and how to use it. And again, watch the videos of putting this into practice so you can follow along in your lab environment to reinforce the knowledge. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next video.